this is Jeremiah. We have some bullet points here. We don't have a lot of time to explain. We're done. This will be about 4 videos on Acts chapter 1 alone here, but it is a transition point. Jeremiah, Maranatha, the Lord is coming. We'll probably go over the rapture here tomorrow or Monday or so forth here, as we get into this beautiful Bible here with these red letters and enjoy the grace and mercy given to us by our great God and Savior Jesus Christ. And we greet you in that name, the only name given. And let's move on as we've sing praises unto our God. And we have the habitation of his ghost, which we just went over. You own that ghost. And unfortunately, we have a person being replaced here who decided to allow the devil to take over them and to take them over, which is hate and greed. Obviously, Judas, he bought a house with the money and he purchased a home and so forth. That's what he really wanted when he joined the team. He never wanted to love people. He never wanted to see people being healed and laughing and enjoying themselves and families crying and laughing. He never wanted to see any of that. He was cold from the start, and he probably got colder. How can you turn into somebody as lovable as Jesus Christ? It's almost impossible. Everything he does is always kind, all the time. How can you do that? I can see turning in a gangster or something like that. Maybe, okay, that gangster's a bad guy. Take him out. The Justice League. I'm Superman or something. I can see take the bad guy out. No problem. But somebody who talks about love all the time, whatever, that would be really difficult. You think about the character of the master. I mean, come on. He told them he loved them in the previous chapters here in John 14, 15. Oh, about 100 times. You're going to go make a place for them to live. He doesn't want them to die. Die for them and suffer horribly. And he loves them over and over again. I don't know how you can dislike this guy. I don't understand it. Now, I can understand why that you might want to get a little tired, like John the Baptist, who got tired of eating bugs in the wilderness as duty, We can understand a little bit of that. Lord, I'm getting tired of eating bugs. Okay, we can understand that. But to hurt Mr. Love, no. We don't want to do anything that hurts Father or his Son. We don't want to do that. Now, we do that periodically because we're human, so to speak, but we really don't want to go out of our way to do it, do we? No, most of you agree with me on that one. This Judas guy is being replaced, and he needs to be replaced. He went too far. He obviously was stealing money from the pot for himself. He was probably saving for a home, who knows. This guy is thinking about material things. And he probably got really angry when the master told the rich ruler that he had to give all of his money away and he would get nothing in return until he went to heaven. The master told the young rich ruler, you're going to give your all away and you get nothing in return. That's plain simple grammar. Now, I've seen preachers on TV who quoted Luke 6, and they said that's not what it meant. And these are acutely mentally retarded leaders in the church. It's very unfortunate to have to say that, but facts are facts. I call it like a TI is. I call it like it is. I'm not going to mention any names here, but a lot of people are acutely mentally retarded, and some of them know that what they're saying is twisting, and they know they're being twister donuts. They don't mind being twister donuts. Such as the master mentioning that he doesn't have anywhere to sleep. They said he's lying, or you don't know what he's talking about. He has somewhere to sleep. I've seen them on TV do this. These people are as bold as they get, but when they see the Lord, they're not going to be happy campers. Twisting the word for financial purposes, the love of money. Paul talking to Timothy. That's what these people basically are, all right? Hey, come on. The master said, we just read that in Matthew 8. The Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. So you young centurion, you want to hang out? I'm telling you what you're going to have to live like. And he disappeared. Because when you ask for something, you need some type of sign that you're going to get what you want, don't you? And if you get total rejection, then you leave. That's the way it goes. He was hoping that he would say, I am master, I perform miracles, I can make a poor man rich and whatever, and come along and follow me. That's what he wanted to hear. Which is what most humans, by their own nature, which is fallen nature, Adamic nature, that's what they do just naturally. It's just you were born and shaped in being greedy. Let's put it that way. That's why that point I mentioned earlier about being raised by Protestant parents is extremely significant, because most humans are just greedy, and they even hurt their own children, and they're violent, and they murder around the world. And to be born in a family where you have people who love you, and they believe in peace and non-violence, you already hit the jackpot. Ding, ding, in Las Vegas, kind of. If I can reference that. I don't want you going to Las Vegas. I'm just making a metaphor that you're doing awfully good here. You should be smiling. If you had, and I had that kind of life. It had problems, but compared to other people around the world, you know what children, some of them do in Chile, when they have to go through the Andes mountains, and the road is made out of mud, and 1 out of 3 people with their children fly off the road in India and Chile, and because it's a third world place, and yada, 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 it goes. They didn't have ice cream and doctor appointments and cars with safety belts and whatever. They didn't have any of that. Police departments that were good and effective. That's what happens when a Protestant community becomes stabilized. God knew that William Penn was going to establish a community that was going to be a much better community than where he was, being abused by the rich people and the Catholic organization there. When William Penn went to court for erroneous charges, the jury said he was innocent. And the 3 judges said he's guilty, and we don't care what you say, jury. As a matter of fact, we agree, they said, with the Catholics who say if you don't agree with Mary worship and giving the Pope money, that you can be put in some sort of a boiling oil or something. Which is one reason why they left England. One reason why the Pilgrims left England. So God knew they were going to establish a country that was going to be a much better circumstance for their children. Duh. Now, we're going to have to shut down. I'll finish this tomorrow. Acts chapter 1. This is huge. It's taking a lot of time. Maranatha. We'll finish this up.